Welcome back, fellow Momo Gaming Fanatics. On MyTyme. This is WWE SUpercard Season 3. I'm going to bring you a couple of things in this episode. First of all, it's going to be a quicker episode. We're going to show you some additions to the team. And yes, I have a Seth freaking Rollins Pro ready to be made. I got that from my most recent King of the Ring, which I do apologise, I did off camera. Sorry. Please forgive me. I was in my car, it had finished. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to claim these rewards. I'm at a traffic light waiting, and then I can go straight into another King of the Ring and bring those rewards at the end of the Road to Glory, along with me hopefully getting that Shane and Matt card. So bang, opened it, Seth come out. I was like, to make a pro, that's amazing. To make a top 5 pro is even better. I was so happy. I was like, what can get better than this? Nothing, I suppose. I can't ask for any more. That's pretty good first luck. No, it got better. We got a female as well. That's it, an elite female, Nikki Bella. If this was on camera, that would have been immense. And I was just sitting there thinking, I wish I'd waited. But I am in another King of the Ring, so it's not all bad. That King of the Ring, although it isn't going particularly well at the moment, I do have a chance of winning it, because if we go to standings, everyone below me is a bot and everyone above me is a human. But as you will see here in just a moment, if I go to schedule, forget Kentucky, Xerox, who's above me, I have beaten in this game. There wasn't much between us and I would have won it anyway. And Tony, I won. I should have probably lost 3-2 here because he's a little bit unenergized, but with the matches I probably lost 3-2 if we would have both been energized, but it still gives me a chance, to beat him. So I could potentially make the semi-finals again, as long as I just keep myself energized, pay attention in the quarters and get a bit of luck in the semis. A bit of luck to get to the semis. Yeah, hopefully. Could potentially get another 2 elite cards. If I do, I will do those on camera, okay? I promise you. I'll show you the Road to Glory where I'm at the moment with Big E on +6s. It is infuriating. I'm going to be +2 against Shane McMahon. Such a joke. Although I'm in Ultimate Tier, and this is basically the main point of this video, is to show you something that's changed. Now, Ultimate Tier in that event, which in the past would have meant I can get Ultimate cards from the board. If I had been, for example, in Elite, I'd only be able to pull Elite cards. But there has been a change. We do not need to click here to show you that change. We need to scroll instead. Yes, change to the mechanics, people. You now pull cards from whatever board you're in based on your rank mode. Okay, so my rank mode here is Ultimate Plus. This is as good as I can get it at the moment. So my wild mode is Hardened Plus. Okay, notice difference. So 2 tiers below, I've put in a load of cards which, as you will see by clicking them, need improving. So let's just show you, for example, needs improving. Probably close to being finished. In fact, is finished. So just for example here, we'll swap out Shane and Mac and put in anyone. Okay, anyone who I need to play games with. So we will go down to Ultimate. We'll probably maybe pick up that Cesaro. Yeah, we'll just pick up Cesaro, for example. So in comes Cesaro. So now I've dropped all the way down to Hardened, but Cesaro needs improving. So in the past, if I had done this in exhibition and I had pulled a Hardened card, I'd have got a board reset, okay? And that would frustrate people, because you'd want to train your cards up so that you could get all their abilities up to 30 out of 30, 20 out of 20, depending on which tier the card was in. In this case, it's 40 out of 40. So you've got to play all those matches, and you'd only be able to train up 1 card at a time, because you'd have to put in your training card and keep the other 5 cards as good as possible to make sure you stayed in your top tier, just in case you got that board pool. You did not want to drop down a tier, get a board pool of, say for example in this case, Hardened, and be like, no, all those picks that I had to get myself close to Ultimate Tier is gone. That was basically what used to happen. It used to frustrate and infuriate people for days. So now what they've gone and done, we'll play a game to show you this, is they said, hey, fine, wild mode you can use as a training mode. And it's very, very fitting actually, because if you look here, this ring looks exactly, well, not exactly, but very similar anyway, to the WWE kind of development center. And that's kind of the idea they have gone for here. Oh, wild mode, you in a development center, you're developing your cards. So hey, well, that's what we'll keep it as. We'll keep it as a development kind of mode, and we'll use your rank mode where you're playing competitively against other people as your pool tier kind of mode, and that is a really good change if you ask me, because I'll show you here now, all these cards require some kind of training. So every single matchup that I get now is not going to be a waste, whereas before, when you're only looking to train up one card, you're going to play 2 matches every time, which are completely irrelevant. See here, both of my females need training. They haven't done all their matches, so those 2 matches weren't a waste, and now I can pick any of my male cards. They all need training. We're just going to go Randy because he's the closest to being finished, and he's got another one of him waiting to be pro'd. And there you go, that match. Don't care that I lost. I won. Sorry, I didn't even realise I won, so I wasn't paying attention. Winning or losing isn't important. What's important is all 3 rounds there, all 3 matchups gave me training points towards my card, and I just picked from an ultimate board. I don't know if you noticed that or not. We'll go through and show you again. I actually did pick from an ultimate board, so the same kind of idea again. Let's see if we get a few more males. Perfect. So I used my Randy Autumn to do pound toughness. Now in the past I'd now have 2 more matches, which made no difference once I used Randy, but no, we're not doing that. We can get some more games played to both of our females, and if we're very lucky, we'll get a tag game at the end to get our males a little bit more training as well. Okay, no problems. Pick either of these, doesn't make any difference. They both need loads of games. Perfect. 3 more matches, gonna train your cards so much quicker, and you're also not getting penalised for doing so. They're not going to penalise you. You see ultimate here, you can tell by the backs of my card, ultimate plus. They're not penalising you for training cards. So that is a massive change, guys. Really good change if you ask me, and it's very fitting. It works in with the whole development center background, developing your cards. Really cool. One thing you do have to pay attention to though is with the rank mode. You want to keep your best cards in here all the time, and it does mean if you say, for example, in, I don't know, let's say epic tier, you're never going to get to the top of the leaderboard, okay? Because just as an example, we'll pick Figaro at the top at the moment, is going to have ultimate pros raining down on you, and if you're in epic tier, there's absolutely no way you can beat him. So you'll never be able to get to the top because you play people around your kind of points. Now, just to prove that to you, I'm going to click on search, and I'll be playing somebody around the 12,100 point mark. So obviously, if you were to get to, say for example, 100,000 points, you're going to be kind of against Figaro, because he's going to be around that kind of area, and people near the top, there you go, 12, 2, 6, 7, and they're going to have ultimate pros, and you're not going to be able to beat them with your epic deck. So you're never going to get that far, okay, because you're going to come up against people with hardened and all this kind of thing before you even get to the 100,000 point mark. But let's just say the game just gave you 100,000 points, okay, just as a start, and you were just sitting there with your epic tier. There's absolutely no way you could get to the top, okay? It's just impossible. So the idea now is that you're going to keep playing and playing and playing and playing and trying to improve your ranked tier, because the better your ranked tier, not your ranked tier, the better your ranked team, should we say, so the higher up the tiers you are, the more you're going to be able to progress and win more trophies, and, you know, work your way through to potential rewards in the future. So the idea is that you will play ranked games and you'll hit a wall, okay? Because if you're in the lower tiers, you won't be able to progress, because you'll be coming up against people in higher tiers than you on these kind of points. So for example, if you're in ultra rare now and you come up against 12,000 points or 12,000 trophies, you could, in theory, if I'm online, come against me, and you just won't be able to beat me because your team's not good enough. So you're going to try and progress in ranked mode, train up in wild mode, and still pick all of your top tier pools based on your ranked team. So whatever you do, guys, make sure you keep your ranked tier as high up as possible. Otherwise you could find yourself accidentally putting another card dropping down a tier. So let's say, for example, I was messing around and I didn't realise that I accidentally put in common Shawn Michaels, drops me down to elite. If I were to pick an elite card now off the board in any of the modes, it would go as my reset. So I will come and change that back in a moment. Just wanted to make you guys completely aware about that. Let me know in the comments below how you're doing in Road to Glory, and if you knew about this change or not. With that said, I'm going to shoot off and come back with King of the Ring rewards and the Road to Glory in the future. So peace out.